Folks, I hope you guys are having just a great day today. Today I'll take a look at another August Derleth short story from this collection, 100 Ghastly Little Ghost Stories that I've been taking a look at. It's about a 6-page collection. The name of the short story is The Metronome. It's published in 1935. This is the second of 3 August Derleth stories that are in this collection that I wanted to bring to your attention. Like The Three Gentlemen in Black, which this reminded me of, this is actually a horror story which feels more like it was influenced by Poe than by Lovecraft, which is unusual for my August Derleth stuff. Typically he feels, his stuff is typically, it's in the Cthulhu mythos, it's influenced by the Cthulhu mythos heavily. He's one of H.P. Lovecraft's sort of proteges, and is big in the horror genre during his time writing in the pulp era. He's a big name at that time, and he wrote a lot of pastiches of his friend H.P. Lovecraft. But this Three Gentlemen in Black, which I've already reviewed for you, and I'll link you to in the comments below if you're interested. I'll also link you to this book below as a collection as well, in case you're interested in checking out this collection. And I'll also try to find this online. It's 1935. It might be past its copyright date, so we'll see if I can find it for free. I'll link you to it in the comments below as well. But anyway. Like The Three Gentlemen in Black, which this reminded me of, and I've already reviewed for you, this short story feels very much like it's in the vein of Edgar Allan Poe than it does in the vein of H.P. Lovecraft. And so it's interesting seeing August Derleth writing a different style of horror. It broadens him to my mind. So I do enjoy this story. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's very strong, very well written, very well paced. It's 6.5 pages. I'm not going to spend that much time going over it because obviously some stuff is going to happen. But basically, what's going to wind up happening is we're going to open up with the death of a child that has been who was 10 years old, and we're at that funeral for that child, and our point of view character is the stepmother, and pretty quickly, like in the first page, you're going to realize that the stepmother has killed the child and believe that she has gotten away with it after making some ways of getting rid of the evidence and that sort of a thing. So she has gotten and moved away from that and moved towards some other stuff. So she believes she's gotten away with it. We'll find out more about why she killed the child, what's happening, and what will wind up happening to her, because obviously in a horror short story, if your point of view character is a murderer, and particularly somebody who committed child murder, obviously they're going to get their comeuppance, right? It's a horror genre, it's going to happen, right? But how, what? I'll leave you to your you read it to find out. Again, it took me 12 minutes to read the short story. If that, maybe more like 10. So if I were to spend 10 or 15 minutes talking about the Metronome, obviously I would be wasting your time as a reviewer, right? You don't want to spend more time talking about something than you spent watching it. I always think it's funny to watch these reviews of Disney shows like WandaVision or The Mandalorian that are longer than the show was. Just watch the show at that point in time, right? It's silly to do otherwise. But I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Again, if I can find it, I'll link you to it. It's very well written. It's very well crafted. It's got a great mood, atmosphere to it. I think August Derleth does a great job with it. I think he's better here than he is in some of the Cthulhu mythos stuff, which I've already reviewed for you and I read. I actually think this is a stronger story than I think some of his mythos stuff is. Anyway, so if you've heard of August Derleth and you know of his association to the mythos, there are some other horror stories out there like The Three Gentlemen in Black and this one that are more in the Poe vein and are written from a different place. So there you are. This is The Metronome by August Derleth. Have you read it? What did you think about it? Did you agree or disagree with my take on it? Or if you would like to, engage me with it further in the comments below, I'd love to talk with you further about it. If you enjoyed this video, please feel encouraged to hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more of these fantasy, horror, and science fiction classics to follow. And finally, hey, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your day and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me is humbling, and I appreciate it. Thanks again, and have a great day.